Once I've solved for that one variable z, I now can substitute back into my equations to find the other values of x and y. So in this case, I have z. I have a relationship of two variables, so I can plug in the z value into either equation 4 or 5 to solve for the value of y. So I'm going to plug it into equation 4, so I end up with 3 times y plus z that I solve for. So z is equal to 2, and that's going to be equal to 5. So now I have an equation that I can solve for the y with. So solving for y, I get 3 times y equals 3, y equals 1. So now I've solved for z and y. If I have two variables, I can plug it into any one of the three equations up top here, either a, b, or c. So I'm going to take equation a. I need to solve for x. I've solved for y is equal to 1, so I'm going to replace the y with 1. Minus, I need to minus z, but since I know z is equal to 2, I'm going to replace that z with 2. And that's going to be equal to 0. And I can then solve this. I get x minus 1 equals 0. So now I have x equals 1. So my solution then becomes x equals 1, y equals 1, and z equals 2. Now I should double check this and see that it actually works. So 1 plus 1 minus 2 equals 0. That's correct. Negative 1 plus 2 times 1 is 2. So negative 1 plus 2 is 1. Plus 2 times 2 is 4. So 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. That works. So 2 times 1 is 2. Minus 1 is 1. Minus 2 is negative 1. Yeah, that all works. So this x, y, and z happens to be the solution to this system of equations. Now, what does this system look like geometrically? Well, we can show this with a 3D grapher. And basically what ends up happening, and I'll give you a demonstration of this, but basically what happens is an xyz equation is a plane in 3 dimensions. So x, y, and z means we have 3 variables. That means we're talking about 3-dimensional graphing. The xyz equation is not a line, but it's actually a plane. It's a flat kind of piece of paper in 3 dimensions. And if we have 3 planes that intersect, well, 2 planes intersecting will intersect in a line. 3 planes, if you have a third plane intersect that line, we're going to have the point. And that singular point then becomes the solution to the system of equations. So in this case, it's going to be 1, 1, and 2. And we can see this in a graph when we graph 3 planes.